gave this man Antonio Brown levels of CTE, but by the grace of God, this man seals him away in this vault. So later on, this man done called the cops and everything, but he started telling them, oh, no, this ain't enough. Call the National Guard, call the goddamn military. But this man started looking at him stupid. He was like, sir, calm down. He's only one man, so unless that motherfucker is King Kong, I think we'll be just fine. But this man was about to have everybody on speed dial. A whole blast opened through the wall, and this man Pickle looking thirsty as hell. So he just started going on a rampage, started throwing police cars. So while this man is on a tail, the police chief is like, oh hell no, this above my pay grade. Put 5 stars on this nigga. Call the National Guard, call the military. So they brung out the whole military. They even pulled out the same damn mecha suit from the Avatar movie. But that man Pickle wasted no time. He destroyed the mech in one hit. And he had my brother in here panicking. He was like, oh hell no, don't pay me enough for this shit. I'm ejecting out this hole. And that man got sent in the spin cycle and just went flying back. And then that man just proceeds to decimate the entire army. I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I'm witnessing this shit, I'm calling the president and I'm like, hey nigga, open the box and drop that shit. But there is only one way to reason with this savage. This man Stridham came out, stripped butt booty naked, sat down with this man and said,
okay, let's see what we're working with. Whoa, nice car.
And just like that, Pickle was off to Japan. So when Pickle arrives in Japan, this man commits a very horrendous action. And this is gonna lead into victim 2. Oh God, the fucking news reporter.
You're a victim.
And what happened to her? Oh Lord bless our souls. Roll the clip. Breaking news. A primitive man found in America now arrives in Japan? Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard that right. I'm your host, Donovan Barnacle, and I'm Clarence Dicklord. Now, as we can see, the primitive man has just landed and has just arrived in the Tokyo airport. Multiple sources indicate that this man is all the way from the Jurassic period. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Our crew is live right now. My God, look at that man, Clarence. My God, Donovan, that motherfucker's huge. It looks like Tarzan just hopped out the screen. And now we go live to our reporter, Tiffany Tyrannicop. Tiffany, is it possible to get an interview?
Yes, I'll go up to him right now. Excuse me, sir, can I get your opinion on Gear 5?
And ladies and gentlemen, Pickle committed the horrible act of cut this shit now! And on that day, Pickle violated a news reporter on national news. Dear God, somebody please stop this nigga! So after that incident, damn near every single fighter in the Bakiverse wants to fight this nigga. They broke into the military base and everything. These niggas is horny. All to fight a caveman. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? That CTE is kicking in. And of course, the most disrespectful man in anime history decided to pull up. Nah, but before this happened, I'm sorry, I gotta sidetrack real quick. How this man got in the base makes absolute no sense. This nigga walked up to the door, armed guards and everything. In his sheer presence, hypnotized all of them and made them start fighting each other. Bro said, fuck a Sharingan, I don't need that shit. Bro put him in a Genjutsu with his sheer presence. Dog just put the entire Uchiha clan on fraud alert. Look at bro, he's punching himself. Then this man said, y'all made the correct decision to fight yourselves instead of me, so you're forgiven. Then slices the gate open with his bare hands. This man Yujiro is the most disgusting nigga I've ever seen on a screen. So back to where we were at earlier, this man Pickle did not pay anybody any attention until the boogeyman himself came. So then Yujiro just decides to break all laws of physics and bro forces himself through laminated glass. Nigga, what the fuck am I watching? And then it just back, hell nah, bro. Whoever wrote Baki, you are off a perk, my nigga. Then he says, hey, buddy, you want a bro fist? So then these two have the manliest fist bump of all time. And this man Pickle was like, Hula, you big T-Rex. Then Yujiro flipped bro and put him on his ass. And he was astonished. He was like, holy shit. I actually had to use 1% of my power. So after this incident, they decided to move Pickle to an arena. And while he was in this arena, they threw a bunch of animals at him. And this leads into our next victim, a Siberian tiger.
You're a victim.
They got a Siberian tiger that hasn't eaten in 5 days, but it did not matter at all. Pickle got up and looked at that thing like, "Ooh, you look tasty," and pounces on the tiger and breaks his spine. Bro made that nigga the letter C. My God, somebody get PETA on the line. I actually feel bad for this tiger. That is a terrible way to go out. And then bro ate it. Oh, he is not human. So then Pickle decided to run the gauntlet of fighters. So with that, we moving straight into victim 4, Retsu.
You're a victim.
This man Retsu got absolutely embarrassed. Pickle was playing with this man like he just got a new toy for Christmas. So when this man jumped in the ring, Pickle wasted no time. He bitch slapped him all the way to the wall.
God damn!
Dude already put him on his ass 5 seconds into the fight. And you could see the frustration in Retsu's face. He's like, "Oh God, I think I done fucked up. Nigga, you done fucked up. Out here trying to fight a big ass caveman, you fucking buffoon." So then Retsu starts landing strikes. Bro thought he was him for a moment, but Pickle palmed his face and knocked him out cold. And then Pickle picks him up with tears in his eyes, and he's like, "Thanks for the meal," and takes a bite out of his shoulder. Oh my God, he's a cannibal! And then he took another bite. Oh Lord, have mercy. We about to start smoking on that Retsu pack. And just look at him chewing. Bro is crying in joy, looking like, the flavors are melting on my tongue. Then bitch slaps him in the ground again. Oh Lord, Retsu, pack it up, bro. Pack it the fuck up. Bro is making a master of Kung Fu, the master Oogway of this verse, a fraud. So it got so bad that this man had to abandon all of his technique and started running at this man, rolling punches and crying and throwing punches like a child having a temper tantrum. And that man Pickle was looking at him like, "What's wrong with you?" It slaps him on the ground. Nah, bro was getting his ass beat so bad, bro started seeing his own Force ghost. Bro got hit so hard his soul came out of his body. But I guess his soul gave him a pep talk because bro actually knocked him down. But it was all too late. Pickle jumps up and lands on all 4s and turns into fucking Roman Reigns. He lines this man up and spears this nigga. Sent bro all the way back to the locker room.
KO.
And it was over. That man Pickle said, "Get the fuck out of my ring." And after that, Pickle laid his leg. Bro said it's time to grub. And on that day, Retsu lost a leg. And he would have became a whole meal if Albert Einstein ain't tranquilized him. But look at your dumb ass. Now you got a peg leg. Oh, peg leg ass nigga. Shouldn't have been so horny to fight a caveman. So after Pickle decided to make this man an amputee, Pickle went out for a night of fun. And this is where we're introduced to another victim, Random Nigga 47.
You're a victim.
So as we can see, Random Nigga 47 is out here on a nightly stroll looking like he on the prowl, probably looking to beat up on some poon poon. But little did he know that he was the one being hunted by another man on the prowl. So while this man decides to go in a dark alley and take a leak, this man Pickle straight up snatched bro. Dude was using the garbage bags as camouflage, and bro just got assassinated Vietnam style. And bro came out and took his whole fit. Oh my God, look what he did to them G's, nigga!
Oh my God!
Dude ain't even creased them. Them hoes is folded. So after Pickle committed the taboo of creasing a man's J's, he ends up pulling off probably one of the greatest feats in anime history. So while this man is walking, he ends up crossing the road with the red light. And if you don't look both ways before you cross the street, a certain someone would send you to another world.
What's good with y'all lame ass niggas when you thought you never see me again? Well, too bad. Big Daddy Truck Coons rolled back in town. Oh, what is this? Did I just hit a caveman? Never thought I'd do that before. It's an honor. Now what should we name your isekai? I was a caveman reincarnated into another world? Perfect. Enjoy your new life. Hey, what the fuck? How are you alive? Why is my background music stop playing? Hey, buddy, calm down. We're
possible? He's taking out Truck-kun. And ladies and gentlemen, documented on that day in the streets of Tokyo, Truck-kun was slain and eaten alive. So after Pickle slayed the Isekai god, this man Katsumi sent a bunch of his goons to spin back for Retsu. Then Hanayama's big Yakuza ass decided to pull up. Like, Jesus, bro, how the hell are you 19? So Hanayama decided to test Pickle's gangsta ball holding this knife with their bare hands, but his efforts were futile. Pickle sends his 300-pound man-child flying. And then look at this idiot right here. Bro really punched him thinking he gonna do something. Pickle grabbed that man's arm and turned it into a noodle. And this bum looking like a Batman Gotham crook, looking like it's the Bat. So he started throwing punches, but Pickle hit him with his signature move. Booga booga slap. So after Hanayama stops Pickle from taking more victims, Baki finally decided to pull up for himself. So Pickle puts out his fist asking for a bro fist. So Baki reaches out and Pickle does the exact same move Yujiro did to him. Oh God, he's learning. And look at his smug ass face. Oh hell no. But Baki was like, hell nah. And roundhouse kicked that nigga. But Pickle ate this kick and looked at him and said, follow me. So later that night, he brings Baki back to the arena. And this man wasted no time. Bro hit him with a booga booga kick. And sends Baki flying to the stands. Lord have mercy, he done made the main character a victim.
You're a victim.
So after Pickle added the main character to his list of victims, another man stepped up to challenge the caveman, Katsumi Orochi. Bro was determined to get it back in blood for Retsu. This man went on a devious training arc and learned how to throw a punch over Mach 1 speed. They even rented out the whole damn Tokyo Dome so all of his disciples could watch him fight this nigga. But little did they know, they were gathering for a public execution. So the fight starts and Katsumi already comes out the gate swinging. But that man Pickle took that like, no, not today, and kicks this man across the stadium. And then Pickle does something absolutely terrifying. He takes the exact stance as Yujiro. Bro, I would quit right now. So Pickle comes in swinging. Katsumi hits him with a nasty gut check and actually made this man drop to his knees. Pickle was like, oh God, me so strong. And just slapped him in the face. But unfortunately for Katsumi, there's a downside with such great power. Cause since bro is basically punching at the speed of sound, his body kinda can't handle it. Cause he's fucking up his hands. So this entire fight was a war of attrition. Basically to see how many blows Pickle could take before Katsumi kicks the bucket. So after hitting Pickle with his most powerful shot, he knocked him down, but his arm is just completely destroyed. Bone showing and everything looks like an ate-up chicken wing. So bro thinks he's won. Everybody in this motherfucker's cheering. But in reality, Pickle was not knocked out. He was actually sleeping.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
To conserve his energy because he knew bro was done for it. Everybody in the arena was like, oh Lord, our great leader's cooked. Even Katsumi knew he was cooked. Bro basically said, well, I'm cooked, Pickle. So go ahead, eat my ass. And with that, Pickle took that man's arm. And I ain't gonna lie, this is how you could tell Katsumi done lost all his brain cells. Bro's out here saying, oh, how do I taste, Pickle? Do I taste good? Like, nigga, why is you thinking about this? You about to bleed out. Not just that, you about to become a whole four-piece combo. Arms, legs, and everything. I guess the blood counts as Beth. But that man Pickle actually left. Bro said, nah, nigga, you taste like Raising Cane's, unseasoned, and left bro there. Well, I mean, at least he got off the hook for tasting like shit. So after Pickle took another body part from a fighter, he was about to commit the biggest violation of 2023. And ladies and gentlemen, the next victim on our list, the steroid god himself pulled up. Bro told Pickle, go ahead, get your ass up. So Jack ran at him and hit him with a swing-alone punch. And Pickle was confused. He was like, oh, what a natty punch. So then these two commit the biggest Ayo pause moment of 2023. This man Jack said, "You wanna have a bite off?"
Did you pray today?
What do you say, caveman? Come give daddy a big old kiss. And they start smooching, having a bite off. Their faces are literally in each other's mouths. But I guess Jack's smooch wasn't strong enough, because Pickle picked him up and started spinning him around like a helicopter and threw him across the ring. And this man Jack probably suffered one of the most grotesque injuries I've ever seen in an anime. He bit off his face. Oh, great heavens! Bro made this nigga two-faced but horizontal. So then Pickle lined up for the spear. But this man Jack said, "I ain't going out like no bitch." And he ends up throwing this man in the stands, goes up in the stands, suplexes him out of the stands, and somehow by the grace of God, dude was actually popping off for a little bit. Then he bit off his ear. Yo, this man Jack got a biting fetish or something, but I could say this with no doubt, bro is truly a freaky frog. But this sent piss Pickle off to the max. Pickle hit this man with the most disgusting four-piece combo. Bro goes in for the punch, takes Jack's hit, and lands a ooga booga uppercut, ooga booga overhand, ooga underhand, ooga overhand. And that man Pickle sent Jack to the Shadow Realm. Bro juggled him and everything, even hit him with a Mortal Kombat X-ray. Then he hit the emote on him. Nah, bro. But no cap though, Pickle low-key lucky he did not go in on Jack to eat him, because bro had a whole special move even when he was unconscious. Bro would have gave him the middle fingers of death. Oh, but this is not the end of Jack, because dude woke up out of the hospital and went back to the arena. I ain't gonna lie, I respect the determination. Bro took a bow and said, "Forgive me for leaving in the middle of our fight. Now take this two-step foot up your ass." So dude started constantly kicking Pickle in the face, giving him the feet and everything. This man must main jury. He is not beating the freaky frog allegations. So this man Pickle's primal instinct started kicking in and he started running away. Bro's like, "Get this freaky frog away from me." But then he stopped and thought to himself, "Ooga, I'm being bitch right now. I'm no bitch." So he runs at him and hits him with the Daquan special. 360. And on his ass. Oh my goodness, he made him a Beyblade. And it was over. Jack's dumbass woke back right up in the hospital. Bruh. So this man Jack runs out and tries to fight him again. But Baki was like, "Bro, stop. You're just gonna get your ass whooped again. That's why dad only cares about me." And he ends up telling him that Pickle picked him up after the fight, took him to the top of a building, and hanged his unconscious body so he could go back and eat his prey. And this man Jack was shook. This nigga was like, "Oh hell no, I really did get cooked." And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end of the road. Baki comes back to get his get back. Will he be able to stop this prehistoric menace? Nope. Well, I mean, he put up the best fight, but my God, the damage he took was ridiculous. Pickle jumped up all the way to the roof of the arena and dropped him on his back, knocking this man unconscious. Then when he woke up, he figured out his internal organs were fucked. But I ain't gonna lie, Baki was popping off this entire fight. Bro hit him with a back slap. And this nigga in pain like his dad just whooped his ass with a belt and just continued to whoop his ass. Pickle was shook. Dude even sent him flying in the stands. So while Baki's gassing himself up with his MC plot armor, Pickle said, "Enough of this bullshit. I'm tired of this disrespect. Ooga booga smash!" And this man started stepping on him. Bro started playing Thugnificent. Started stomping on that nigga at light speed. Then he uppercutted this man to the roof. Bro was thinking in his head midair, "Damn, I'm getting cooked." Then he turned Bro into a roly-poly. But this man Baki ended up unlocking Ultra Instinct and punched him in the nuts. Oh Lord, that nigga ain't having kids. Baki had this man Pickle in pain. Nigga was on the ground hitting that Chun-Li spinning bird kick. But unfortunately for Baki, that uppercut to the dick sealed his fate. Cause the dog was ready to be released. Now you see, Pickle already had that dog in him, but now the dog is off the leash. He ends up getting all his primal memories back. This nigga has gone full primal. This is who Liver King wants to be, damn it. And this is his final form, the legend of Ooga Booga. And this man Baki was looking like, oh my God. Why did I punch him in the dick? So they started beating the living shit out of each other. These boys was having a war, but somehow, some way, Baki had him on the ropes. But this man, Baki, sold. Nigga sold the whole fight. Bro just walked up to him and said, hey man, let's just throw hands till somebody get knocked the fuck out. And with that, they did. And to nobody's surprise, Baki got knocked the fuck out.
KO.
Nigga sold, bro. And with that, Pickle took no L's. And this wild beast is still on the run. May God help every single person in this universe. So yeah, that's that. Bro made it, but with stipulations. We're locking this savage beast in a cage, and he's to be watched 24/7 to prevent any more victims getting made a 4-piece combo. Well, that's that. Until next time, ta-ta! So this man Aang had to resort to the last resort and go into the avatar state. So while everybody's just looking at this bald ass kid glowing and floating in the air, Azula fries this nigga. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to the asylum. Now, I know this is a change of scenery, and I know damn well some of y'all niggas is probably like, CJ, what the f is going on? And it's simple, really. Unlike the round table where we deal with the most menacing foes, over here in the asylum, we deal with some ass niggas. Niggas that got some screws loose in their head. For an example, we got this weird nigga that be f***ing with hands, a plethora of psycho bitches, literal clowns in basically the entirety of Gotham City, and a motherless psycho princess that is off a perk, who we will be focusing on today. Patient 001, Azula. Now let me quickly explain how this is going to work. Unlike roundtable trials where we have exhibits, in the asylum, we will be using our handy dandy sanity meter, and it's very simple to understand. The crazier that nigga gets, the higher the level. It's basically just like a GTA wanted level. And with that out the way, commence rehabilitation. So as we know, this man Ozai sent his war machine of a daughter to first go after Zuko and Iroh. This man Ozai basically said, Azula, your uncle is a bitch, and so is your Scarface bitch ass bitch of a brother. Find they sorry asses. So she began her first goose chase of many out here going to find Zuko and Iroh. And just look at this, bruh. This is how you can tell the early signs that she was crazy. She got these poor souls carrying her ass. Now, yes, Shawty's royalty and shit, but bitch, you can walk. You out here breaking these poor niggas' backs. I know they hate their job. And then she gets out and immediately starts threatening her own guard. Had these grown-ass men shaking. She was like, okay, first of all, thank you everybody for coming on this forceful manhunt with me of my uncle and my brother. But, if you fail me, I will burn your corpse and throw you overboard so your family doesn't get your fucking body for your fucking funeral. This mess. And she started threatening the captain of the ship. Bro said, I'm sorry, princess, but I don't think the tides is gonna let us get in by nightfall. But then she told this nigga, well, that's your problem, cause if you don't get this ship in by nightfall, I'm throwing your ass overboard and you could complain about the tides when you're fucking drowning. Yes, ma'am. So later on, Azula ends up finding Zuko and Iroh, and then she started to use her S-tier manipulation. She started telling this man Zuko, okay, so listen, Zuzu, daddy wants you home like now. But Zuko and Iroh was like, oh, hell no, why the hell should we trust your ass? Especially Zuko, cause he like, why the fuck will my dad want me home after he banished me, burnt off half my face, and sent me in exile with this terrible ass ponytail on the back of my fucking head? Like, seriously, was this a part of the banishment? Like, what is this, bro? Like a horsetail, nigga? And to add more fuel to the fire, Azula's ass was smiling while watching her brother get his face burnt off. Like, you sick ass nigga. You enjoyed that shit, didn't you? Hell no. But Azula, with her A-tier manipulation abilities, ended up convincing them to come back with her. So they end up walking up to the ship. And of course, Azula's little rat ass is like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy y'all both came. Now we can be a big, happy family again. But this man, Iroh, was on his P's and Q's. He was like, oh, nah, this hoe done got us in a trap. So then the idiot captain ends up saying, everybody all hands on deck. We're taking the prisoners home.
Is this nigga serious?
So yeah, Iroh started throwing hands, out here boxing the hell out of these boys. And obviously Zuko pissed off, so he ends up confronting Azula. And just look at this, bro. She is outclassing the hell out of him, dodging every single hit. This is embarrassing, Zuko. I guess that burnt left eye of yours must really be a handicap. Because my boy, you can't hit nothing. Your vision gotta be fucked up. But then she grabs him, makes bro stumble and fall on his ass. And then she starts charging up lightning, bro. She is going for the kill shot. But that man Iroh had to grab her and redirect that shit and had to kick his ungrateful niece overboard. So after she failed trying to capture Iroh and Zuko, she ended up realizing she was like, I guess it's time to get the girls back together. So Azula sets out to go get her friends. And the first girl she goes and gets is Ty Lee. And she did her so dirty. She gaslit the shit out of Ty Lee, her own best friend. So obviously Ty Lee was happy to see Azula. She was like, oh my gosh, girl, I haven't seen you in so long. But Azula's old trifling ass was like, yes, queen, but what the fuck are you doing at this circus? I'm exploring myself. Yes. Okay, listen, boo-boo, I have a mission and I need you like now. But girl, I'm so happy here. I'm like really in tune with my zodiac sign right now.
Really, nigga?
Okay, yeah, fuck all this. I'll leave you to it. But then before Azula leaves, she ends up saying, oh, girl, but before I leave, I'm gonna be watching your show tonight. So break a leg. And look at her changing her face, bro. She's like, oh, hell no. So later that night, they end up having the show and, yeah, this is just unexplainable.
Later that night.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Ty Lee. Oh my gosh, yes, queen, you are doing great. Excuse me. Yes, your highness. Could you possibly light the net on fire? Huh? Ma'am, if I'm not mistaken, isn't that your best friend up there? Motherfucker, did it look like I stuttered? Light the net on fire. Yes, ma'am. Oh my God, is this hoe trying to kill me? No, then she got the audacity to ask this man, how many animals you got? Because release all them niggas. Entertain me, bitch. So yeah, after the show, she is backstage with her. She's just complimenting her and everything. She's like, oh my gosh, that was such an exquisite show. I can't wait to see you do this all over again tomorrow. But Ty Lee was like, hell no, I'm never doing that shit again. I almost fucking died. Bitch, I'm joining you on your mission. After she got Ty Lee, she went to go get May's old gloomy ass. And she ain't even hesitate to join. She basically said, oh my gosh, girl, about damn time. Get me the fuck out of this dirty ass city. And just like that, the Fire Nation City Girls were in business. But nah, they pull up on Aang, Katara, and Sokka to do a hostage trade with Boomy and May's little ugly ass baby brother. Like, what the hell is that cut, little nigga? Little bro got a goatee on his head. And they named the little baby Tom Tom. What type of stupid ass name is that? But then here come Azula's little snarky ass. She started saying, now May, why are we trading a king for a little 2-year-old with a fucked up haircut? And she had May thinking, she was like, you know what? You're right. So she ended up calling off the deal. So Aang started running to get Boomy. And while he was jumping, he ended up exposing his bald ass head. So she started hawking this man down. Shawty is on a mission. So she ends up kicking Boomy's big ass casket. And this man Aang had to start surfing. And wait a minute, pause. Azula out here really hitting the Itachi. She on there, I'm about to murder my whole clan timing. So she starts chasing Aang on this Sonic the Hedgehog looking stage. She start hitting this man with the aerials. He. She is not playing with Aang's old ass. And then she threw a whole fire wheel at him. But this man Boomy ended up bailing Aang out. But this was just the beginning of the wild goose chase. She was on this nigga Aang dick 24/7 trying to capture his ass. Damn near rivaling Zuko head ass. Like, look at this, bruh. Over the course of multiple episodes, she is chasing this man down in this big ass train. And then look at what she is riding, bruh. Is that a overgrown salamander? And they was on dick for days. They follow these niggas everywhere. Look at the bags under their eyes, bruh. That's how you know that lack of sleep is kicking in. They looking like me after I finish editing a video. Dead and cooked. But nah, later on, she ended up catching up